We're always going to have these days where life just throws you a curveball. Like today.
Welcome to Car Talk, where I share my 20 years of experience on my 20-minute drive to work. No hype, just real experiences, no luck, just hard work.
Hustle over talent is always the motto. Welcome to Car Talk.
Like today. I wake up in the morning with no power at the house. So now I gotta get all my clothes ready with a flashlight, figure out what I'm gonna wear. Luckily, on my way to work is my parents' house, so I can stop in there and take a shower and get ready. But a whole routine thrown off whack. And then I just realized I forgot my sweatshirt that I was going to wear, or my sweater, or my zip up, or whatever you want to call it. I just forgot that. And this is just like the car business. I mean, because, you go in with a great attitude, great mindset, ready to crush the day, forgot about yesterday. And it's possible that the first phone call you take is a previous customer that just bought a vehicle from you, and they're frustrated because something just happened to their car that you sold them a week ago. And what is it going to do? It's going to throw you in a spiral, get you all frustrated, ruin your day. Or we could just roll with it. I mean, this happens all the time in life. Think about it. It happens all the time. Sometimes when you're late to work and you got to drive through the city to get to your job, and you hit every single red light, and it just gets more and more frustrating because you're already late and you're hitting every red light, and then you're starting to say, well, I would have made it on time if it wasn't for every red light in the city, so really not my fault. But it is what it is. And I don't know, maybe somewhere down the line, maybe just how I was raised or just the genes I have, I don't know. But for the most part, man, I could just roll with the punches. It's not a lot like that affects me. I kind of expect it. I've said it before where it's like, I expect when I come to work that I'm going to deal with some upset customers. There's going to be tough customers that I'm not going to be able to sell. There's just going to be chaos that's going to go on. And I'm mentally prepared for that to happen. And then when it doesn't happen, it's like the bonus. It's like the bonus because it's like, dang, I actually had a great day today and nothing happened. But if it did happen, I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm prepared for it. So just enjoy it. Just enjoy your days. Enjoy your life. Have fun. And just don't sweat the small stuff all the time. It's just there's nothing you can do. In the car business, there's a lot that's out of your control. So getting all worked up about things that are out of your control is a great way for you to despise the car business, for you to hate the car business, for you to decide to get out of the car business. It's a built-in excuse why you're not doing good in the car business. So I would just suggest, figure out what muscle you have to train to just let it roll off your back. We got full of challenges everywhere. Everything we got going on, there's challenges everywhere. There's no need for you to put more on your shoulders. It's like I'm driving into work today and it's pouring rain. Usually when it's pouring rain, it's usually not the best for sales. Who wants to go out and buy a car in the rain? But then I think back through the 20 years I've been doing this. Ryan, have you ever sold a vehicle in the rain? Of course I have. I live in Washington State. Happens all the time. Okay? So what's the difference of today? I can sell a car in the rain. I've done it before. But our mind, we start getting in our mind, and I would bet that if it's heavy rain today, it's not the fact that you can't sell somebody a vehicle in the rain. It's that you haven't sold a car for 2 or 3 days, and now this is working against you. So in your mind, you're like, well, now it's raining, and it's like you're feeding your mind negativity every day. And if there's one thing that I think everybody could really benefit from, and this might sound crazy, but I think that we all like kind of have this like aura around us, and we're like kind of like, if this makes sense, kind of like walking around in our own world that we create inside the world, right? So what I mean by that is you have this like aura walking around you, and if all you're doing is thinking negative, talking negative, what you're telling the world is, hey, I'm trying to attract negativity. And so basically negativity is getting pushed your way, and you're bringing in negativity. And so basically everything that's happening to you is exactly what you're asking for. Same goes for positivity. If you walk around, you're always positive and everything's good, you're happy go lucky, and you're talking about that like you truly mean it, the world's getting told, hey, this guy just wants positivity inside. Give him the good stuff, give him the positivity. And all of a sudden you start pulling in positivity. I I think that's the same, right? When you're at the dealership and like, oh, there's no customers, there's no leads in CRM, nobody's getting back to me in the CRM, just nothing's going my way. That's what you're telling the world, and that's what you're pulling in. Opposed to the opposite, like, man, I'm going to sell a car today. I know there's going to be some customers driving in. I can't wait to meet these customers. I'm going to get through the CRM. I'm gonna find everybody that wants to talk. And I'm just going to start creating a pipeline of people here. And I'm going to do whatever it takes, help out. And then you start telling the world that. Next thing you know, you start pulling that in. And I could be crazy. It could be just as simple as it could just be as simple as paying attention. Who knows? Maybe we don't have these auras around us, or I don't know. It's just something that I've thought about for a long time that I think that happens, right? But maybe maybe the simplest thing is whatever you talk about is what you pay attention to and what you focus on. It's like today, right? I was in the disarray, woke up, no power, happened to go to my parents for a shower, go to where I put my key to my car so I can get it started, and my key's not there. And I'm like, I know I put my key there last night. Why is my key not there? But for whatever reason, I wasn't stressed out because I always have a second key, and I always know I keep a second key in a jar. But I was like, no, that key was there. The key was there for sure. So I said, let me retrace my steps. I go out to the Bronco, check to see if I left my key in there. I didn't leave it in there. I go upstairs, check my pants pockets, check everywhere I would have put my phone and all that stuff. Not in there. Go back to the key ring. I'm like, I'm gonna look at it for the third time. Maybe it's there this time. I don't know. Still not there. And then I look down. Sorry. Then I look down, and there it is. The key is in the boot. So I'm guessing when my daughter probably pulled the keys off the ring, my key came off, fell down, and happened to go in the boot. If I was frustrated and I was late and I was just angry about having to work and then the rain and all this negativity, never would have found that key in the boot. Never would have happened. But I found it. And I didn't even need to find it because I had the second key. But I told myself, no, I'm going to find the key because I know it's there. So I don't know. I could just be crazy. I don't know. But I think that whatever you tell the world is exactly what you're going to get. And it might not happen today because also I think we're tested. If you're naturally kind of negative and you talk negative and woe is me and all that kind of stuff, and then one day you come in and try to fake it. Oh, I'm gonna be positive, and you fake it. I feel like the world knows that, and the world's like, yeah, we'll see, and then you get tested. You get tested. Like, do you really want to? And then what happens is when you're all positive, a little bit more negativity comes your way. Actually, a little bit more than normal because it's a test. Like, okay, we'll see. Let's throw something at him. Let's throw a bunch of negativity at him. Let's see if he actually wants to be positive. And it might take you a few days, to get through this. But I'm telling you, whatever you talk about, whatever you tell yourself is what you're going to get. Whether or not that's from some weird aura that we have and we pull it in, or that's just simply what you pay attention to. I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel. That's what I've convinced myself. I've convinced myself that I walk around with an aura. Whatever I talk about, whatever I think about is what I pull in. So you can do whatever you want with that. But it's just, it's there. I know it's there in some capacity. Okay, guys? So today, just show up in a great mood. Whatever happens, happens. Do what you're trained to do. Do the process. Follow the steps. Smile. Understand that if negativity or just some chaos or some weird shit goes down today, just know that it's the car business. It's going to happen, okay? And if it doesn't, good for you. You just had a bonus day, okay? But today, just show up and just enjoy it. Enjoy what's the coolest part about the dealership. You got cool people that you get to work with, hopefully. You got managers that you get to sit down, just have some cool conversations with. You got all walks of life of people coming in that you get to have conversations with that just, you could talk about just a bunch of different stuff. You got a bunch of cool cars, and you got a chance to make a pretty good living. All while you get to dress nice, stay clean, not physically tired when you get home. Mentally, yes, but physically, no. And then you just get to do it all over again. I mean, it's a pretty damn good business. So just have a good mindset today. Have a great day. And yeah, there's a reason why I don't do a lot of sales training in these videos, because I don't think it always works. Yeah, you can use some of these lines here and there, but I think the biggest thing that we can all learn from the car business is right here. Fix this. Not fix what you say. Just fix this. Fix your heart, fix your mind, fix what you focus on, fix how you treat people, fix your consistency, fix your habits. All this kind of stuff is so much more important than a fancy word track. I promise you. All right, guys. As always, hustle over talent. Hey, and if you're a Seahawk fan, go find this on the website, because they're probably going to beat the Rams this weekend. So, my guess, Super Bowl bound. Let's go. Have a great
day. We all show up, but we ain't built the same. One's chasing glory, one's playing the game. One's got the gift, don't break a sweat. The other's out here grinding with nothing left. One wants the crowd, the lights, the fame. The other's in the dark, just building a name. One was born with it, one had to grow. One's got talent, one's got hustle.